Today, I just feel like saying something about something that has been pressed down on my conscience for so many years. Although I've said this before, in time past, I've written about it a couple of times, but I just feel like I should throw more light on it. And that topic is quite sensitive, but not really dangerous, not volatile, not contagious, according to lawyers. It is indoctrination. When people hear the word indoctrination, it sounds more like something to do with doctrine, something to do with you moving from being a Christian to a Muslim or from a Muslim to Jewish or something. It's like inter traveling. Let me put it that way, if there's anything like that. It's like moving from one religion to another. No, but indoctrination is deeper than that. By definition, indoctrination is when you are made to accept certain belief and certain way of life without critically thinking about them by yourself. What do I mean? It means something you just accept and you begin to do those things without even asking yourself one day, why am I even doing these things? And this indoctrination affects a lot of us as Nigerians. I'm always particular about Nigeria because I am Nigerian. And I can hold my hand up. We've all been affected by indoctrination. I know you're going to start screaming and say, no, I'm not part of them. I think about whatever I want to do. I'm very clever. I'm this, I'm that. Nobody will tell me what to do. Calm down. Let me begin to tell you some of the things that, unfortunately, sorry, I don't know what is happening to this that. Unfortunately, that you have been a victim of, a voluntary victim. Let me remove this. Aha. That you've been a voluntary victim. You know, let's start by saying this. There are lots of abnormalities in the abroad that we consider as normalities in Nigeria. I'll make a list and then you begin to count your teeth with your tongue. No disrespect to you. Number one, if you are in the abroad is not perfect. Abroad has its flaws, quite all right. If you are in the abroad, and let's say you want to build a house, if you begin to dig sockaway, you know what sockaway is? To take care of your sewage, you will be arrested by the council. No single individual should be able to construct their own sockaway to take care of their own sewage. It doesn't happen. It doesn't sound right. On the flip side, if you are building a house in Nigeria and you are not thinking of setting up or installing your own sockaway, it will be abnormal. People will ask you, how do you want to take care of your sewage? Likewise, manner, in the abroad, if you're building a house, which of course you don't even build a house, houses are there already just for you to take it on mortgage or whatever, and you try to put borehole to generate your own water, you won't even find any engineer to do that for you. Whereas on the flip side, in Nigeria, it is normality. When you're building a house and you don't put borehole, people will think you're stupid. How are you going to cope with water? It's normality. You can see that our normality is abnormality in some climes. And I know some of you want to argue this. That is the way the system has been structured. No, 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 no. That is why leaders are in countries to make things work. If we extend that a bit to electricity, if you look at it nowadays, when your light goes off in Nigeria, the first thing that comes to mind is lot of generator. Naga buy a generator. Or check the solar. To you, having generator, having solar is something of pride. Nobody is talking about the inefficiency of the electricity supply. It's just on the gen, buy petrol, as long as you can afford what else. And this seeps into the educational sector. The public education is gradually falling, if not falling flat. And everybody have now migrated to private education. From the cradle, nursery school, primary school, secondary school, even all the way to university, it is now about private university, private secondary school, private primary school. If, as in Nigeria nowadays, you're seen going to public school, people regard you as a poor person or a failure. Can you see how our leader have managed to manipulate the system, manipulate our mindset, manipulate everything about our being to believe that doing these things for ourselves is a sign of being strong, being resilient. Some people will tell you, you're waiting for government. Forget that thing. Some people think that suffering and hardship is or are true measures of being a man or being someone strong. You understand? And that is why petrol rose from 167 naira just 2 years ago to 1,000 naira. And people are still buying. They are not complaining. They feel that if I complain, I'll look weak. Can you see how that has been transported into our psychic? We now do those things with pride. To us, it has now become a measure of our financial prowess. People do them with pride. Like, do you know how much my son's private school is? My children's private school. Something that we should be ashamed of. From transportation, from water system, from sewage, from transportation. I mean, think about it. Our leaders have gradually washed their hands off. And we are doing these things with pride. People no longer believe that the government owe us anything. In fact, they will even insult you when you talk about it. I sit down there, they wait for government and make you no go do your things by yourself. Can you see that? That is the power of indoctrination.